finally we get a new chapter. There's a lot of information that has been confirmed in this chapter. However, if you have been following my channel, you will know that this information is not new to us at all, right? So I'm going to break everything down in a step-by-step basis. And if you are new to my channel, subscribe and hit that notification button, because I will be covering a lot of Boruto content, as well as, breaking down everything that has been happening till this current manga chapter. So, the first thing is that Amado might be joining the Hidden Leaf. Not only has he been captured by the Hidden Leaf, but it is now apparent that he's willing to join forces in order to take down Jigen. Now, the reason why he wants to take down Jigen is currently unknown. However, it has been revealed what Kara's ultimate goal is, and I will actually cover that as time progresses. So, Katasuke was actually surprised that Amado was the one who worked on Kawaki, and then it is also confirmed in this chapter that Amado is actually the mastermind behind the experiments that have been done on each and every single one of the Kara members. So with that being said, we can basically say that he is able to duplicate Katasuke's work, and it would actually make sense why Kara is collecting pieces of technology. So who knows, Kara may actually have a lot of allies, which they call the Outer, in the underworld, where they eventually bumped into Shoujoji, and maybe that's where they have all the technology and the assets they need in order to forge these new technologies that they're working on. And with all that information, Konoha could literally create an army of super soldiers, or they can basically use the technology collected in order to further improve the ninjas. But at the same time, if you look at the end result of what happened, it kind of makes sense why Konoha is destroyed. It is because of probably Amado, because since he is there, he is being sheltered by Konoha, and therefore Jigen, who has shown the ability to wreck Naruto and Sasuke, will basically come there and wreak havoc again. This time though, I feel like he's going to come with an entire army, and that is the reason why Konoha is destroyed, because if he was to only pop up there, Naruto and Sasuke would be able to hold him back for a certain while. If not, by that time they would have probably found out new type of powers or worked alongside Amado to figure out exactly what Jigen's weakness is, because if you think about it, Amado is the person who told us that Jigen needs to recharge, so he probably knows everything there is to know about Jigen, and I think that is what he's going to use in order to help Naruto and Sasuke defeat Jigen when he comes to Konoha the second time. However, I feel like when Jigen pops up, he is going to eventually destroy the Hidden Leaf with whatever new army that he has, and he will probably end up taking over Kawaki's body. So number 2, the chapter does a good job of explaining all the new information that we've gotten. Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, this information seems to be old information, not because it is, but it is because I have good deduction skills, as well as other people within the Naruto community as well having good deduction skills to be able to work out and exactly decipher all the pieces of hints and information they've given us regarding Otsutsukis, right? But the reason why they actually put all this information in the chapter is not to actually give us the information, but it does two things. It confirms the information and all the theories that we have been making, and also think about it. All this information that we've gotten about the Otsutsuki so far contain thoughts, contain events that are happening, descriptions of things happening within a scene, and the characters present within that scene do not know this information. So the information the reader knows is different compared to what the character in the series knows. So it does two things. Like I said, first of all, it confirms all the information and the theories that we have been talking about so far. And the other thing it does confirm is for these characters to actually gather all this information to establish what the next step will be. And I actually find it quite interesting what they're going to do next, now that they know what exactly a juubi is, right? So the Otsutsuki clan have been confirmed to be a parasitic entity or a species of alien. Now, it basically confirms that the Otsutsukis are a parasitic entity and that they do travel from planet to planet in order to absorb chakra. Now, all this information was given to us within the first novel of, Boruto, where the entire movie happened, and now it has been fully confirmed. It also does, number 2, confirm the existence of aliens in the universe of Naruto. This is the very first time that aliens have actually been mentioned within the Naruto universe. That basically gives or paves way for other alien, civilizations to be introduced as well, because surely the Otsutsukis and the Earthlings are not the only entities that exist within the universe of Boruto. So I hope that in the future they actually do introduce us to new entities. If not, then at least they should give us new techniques from the Otsutsuki that we have never seen before. And maybe they can even introduce the ways of the Otsutsuki, which basically means that obviously on Earth the whole system as ninja is like an earthly thing. It is not something that the Otsutsukis abide by, and therefore whenever they come to Earth they don't really have jutsus. They just have powers that they utilize in order to attack. And maybe that is also a reason why a lot of these Otsutsuki are not really good at taijutsu. The only Otsutsuki which I have seen that is really good at taijutsu is Kinshiki. And obviously now we know that Jigen is or has been confirmed to be Otsutsuki. He is also good at taijutsu. But then again, if Kaguya and Jigen or Isshiki Otsutsuki have been alive for so long, then maybe obviously because they have been on Earth, they have experienced what taijutsu is like, and they have learned it. And maybe it does, and that could kind of explain why Jigen is better than Naruto and Sasuke in terms of fighting, because he's had many years of experience hiding between humans using the karma seal. And obviously, like I said, number 3, it does confirm that the karma seal is basically a parasitic technique that they use in order to move from body to body in order to keep staying alive, kind of thing. So it makes me question whether the white forms of the Otsutsuki that we see, right, is the original form or not, right? Because if you look at Momoshiki, right, the person we are seeing right now, obviously in this picture that I'm showing here, is Momoshiki, right? However, the question is this Momoshiki's original body or not? And after they end up, taking over the body and they find a compatible vessel, maybe the skin color of the vessel changes to white and then they grow the horns, and maybe that is a sign that, the transformation has been complete. But the question is whether the original body belongs to them or not, and that is a thought I'm going to leave for you there, right? So number 4 is Jigen reveals to Kashin Koji he knew what Amado's and Kashin Koji's plan was. So plot twist there is that from the very beginning, since Kawaki was found by Konoha, the entire thing was staged by Kashin Koji and Amado in order to commence their plan. Now, how Jigen knew about this, we do not know. However, the fact that he knows probably means that he has told the rest of the Kara organization, right? Now, I have one question that I want you guys to answer in the comment section down below, right? So based on what we've seen, I feel like every single member that we've seen of the inner of Kara is basically it. There are no more additional members outside of Kara, because if that wasn't the case, then who else do you think that Jigen has within his arsenal? Kashin Koji and Amado could not possibly be the only people he has within his inner, right? And now that we know that he is onto them, he finally ends the manga by trying to figure out exactly why they betrayed them. So number 5, the secret goal of Kara has finally been revealed. Now, one thing that I want to say about this goal is that it was kind of obvious what an Otsutsuki would want, right? Because Jigen, again, or Isshiki Otsutsuki, is the leader of Kara, right? And if he is the leader, we only know that Otsutsukis want one thing, and that is to take the chakra from a planet. So Sasuke kind of confirmed this before they fought Jigen and kind of lost, and he said the reason why the juubi is within the other planet is because they're trying to use the juubi in order to siphon the chakra of that planet. So it kind of makes sense, maybe because Sasuke has been researching the Otsutsuki and he found his way to the dimension. He kind of figured out exactly how the world tree is born. I think what the Otsutsuki do is they use some of their chakra that they've gained in order to create the juubi. They store the juubi within a planet, and then what happens is, obviously, as it has been explained in this manga chapter, the juubi finally grows and absorbs all the chakra, then turns it into a fruit which they will use to evolve, right? Which is the next number. So number 6 is the fact that Otsutsukis have been confirmed to have some kind of evolution. So we don't exactly know what it is, but I kind of think we have an idea, and that is that form that Urashiki basically took after he ate his Rinnegan. But probably the reason why he was weak is because he had a weaker evolution, and maybe that is exactly what these Otsutsukis aim to attain. Maybe they are absorbing all this chakra to evolve into that form, but a stronger version of it. And maybe because they take a very long time, and when they were in situations where they couldn't wait any longer and had to take drastic measures. They basically evolved really quickly in order to solve problems. And I'm talking about Urashiki eating his own Rinnegan in order to evolve, and Momoshiki basically eating his guardian in order to evolve into his new form. So that's a huge revelation right there. And finally, number 5 is that it gets revealed who Kashin Koji is. I don't think he's Jiraiya. I don't think he's Naruto. I don't think he's anybody, particular that we know. I think who Kashin Koji is a mixture of multiple people, because he knows the Shadow Clone, and we know that Jiraiya definitely did not know the Shadow Clone, right? So he knows a lot of techniques from a multitude of people. And let's think about it real quick, right? If you look at all the clues that we've been given about Amado and who he is, Amado is basically a copy of Dr. Gero, right? So if he is a copy of Dr. Gero, think about one android that Dr. Gero created for a sole purpose to destroy somebody, right? Which is basically Kashin Koji's story. And this person has every single character's techniques that we know. That android was basically Cell. So I feel like Kashin Koji might be, yes, Jiraiya, might be Naruto, might be all these other characters that we know of, but all combined into one person who has, all the attacks. So basically the ultimate warrior. And maybe that's the reason why Kashin Koji has a mask, so we can't exactly identify who he is, as well as having everyone's techniques. So he's basically the ultimate warrior and, the best suited person to basically fight Jigen. But yeah, now I'm going to do a video where I answer people's comments, so be first to drop your comments, and within the first hour I'm going to take the first hour's worth of questions and I'm going to add them in the follow-up video. And then after that I'm going to be breaking down all the information in depth that we have gotten from this chapter. I hope you enjoyed my review. With that being said, I have nothing more to say. Let me know your thoughts down below, and there are some Black Clover videos coming after this.